a lot of movement, more engagement now. All this being the second week of January. How are things? How are things with you? Have you been having any conversations recently?
So over Christmas, like, fuck, I was getting like 6 to 10 leads a day. Like, it was crazy. I don't know why so much right then and there, but
Mhm.
still, they're still coming in. I'm just gonna pull it up here on my other
Yes.
computer. Yeah, so I mean, they're still coming in, quite frequently. Um, like
Yeah.
I said, I think I've got a bunch lined up for spring, so
Mhm.
we'll see. I'm listing one. So one thing I should mention is I'm going away um, for a few weeks in
Okay.
February. But right when I come back, one of the leads wants me to list their place and find them another one.
Perfect,
So that's
man.
good.
So, how was the combo with this person? Was there a lot of nurturing going on with this person, or did they come in and they were pretty ready to go?
No, so when I talked to them, I looked up their place. They had their place listed last year for sale, and it didn't sell, and then they withdrew it off the market after a little bit. And I just kind of asked them like what happened there, and she said, well, I don't know if it was just timing. She said the agent really didn't do a lot for them, kind of thing.
Mhm.
So it's a cute little house. I don't think I'll have any trouble getting rid of it. And she said,
Okay.
well, we just had a baby. So she's like, I kind of want to wait until I'm back off of mat leave before we buy and sell. And I said, okay.
Mhm.
So I put them in long term, follow up thing. And she phoned me. This was probably like a month and a half ago, and then she phoned me over Christmas and was like, you know what, we've kind of changed our mind. We're thinking that we want to sell halfway through February to end of February.
Okay.
So I said, don't you need to go back from mat leave or something? And she said, no, we talked to the bank and they said we could do it. And so, okay, cool.
Good.
So, yeah.
Yay. And what? Sorry.
Oh, I was just, yeah. I mean, like I said,
Good.
I've done, well, you know, solid handful of deals, and I can, if if I even get a quarter of what say they're going to list in spring comes through, like that's probably another 10 listings right there.
Good.
So yeah,
It's. I'm glad we're having this combo because Jesse was one, but I don't know. I spoke to a few people earlier this week, and most people, I guess, we're seeing what we see every single year, right? People are waking up, they're coming out of hibernation mode after the holidays, and man, I want to see how the very busy spring.
like I've got still phone appointments that are coming up. I've got a ton of short term, like
Mhm.
22 short term follow ups. I've got 37 long term.
Yeah.
Like, I know that stuff's going to be going.
But you mentioned about the follow-up. So you have like 20 something people that you're going to be following up in the short term, and then
Yeah,
another number of people.
37 in long term.
Hmm. Okay. Well, look, man, I think you're doing things that some other people find very difficult, and one of those things is the following. So just hearing that you're following up with about 50 people, I don't know, what are your thoughts around following up with people?
So what I do is when I contact, or sorry, when the lead comes in and it's either an opt-in or a phone appointment, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Like, I make some quick notes,
Hmm.
you know, about
Uh-huh.
the property. And then when I call them, I have those notes and I ask them if there's anything else that, they can tell me about the place. After I've had my conversation with them, for a bunch, all of them, but for a bunch of them, I'll go into the note section and add a note. Like, if I'm supposed to call them back, like this lady that was at Edgewater, she's not selling. So I
Yeah.
just push her into the lead disqualified. But if it was somebody that I think, in the future something's going to happen, I'll make a note and I'll put them in the category that matches what I should do. So if it's under 3 months, I'll put them in short term, and I'll contact them on April 12th, and then I'll go right into my calendar and write April 12th, contact so-and-so, look at Mesk notes or Brown book. And so, the ones that I'm going to follow up with all should have notes so that I don't feel lost when I phone them again.
Yeah.
So
No,
it
good.
sounds better when you phone people and you can remember, like, oh yeah, so last time I talked to you, you just had a kid. How's that working out for you? Like they're
Yeah.
impressed. So
I like it, man. I'm a huge fan of everything you're saying. Hey, if I can help them out right now, I don't know if this is actually going to lead to anything, but I'd rather actually, have that open door to a future possibility of something. So I like your approach,
right.
man. Yep. And
And be able to say to people that this is not a sales call, it's
mhm,
merely an information session.
mhm,
They kind of ease up a little bit.
mhm.
So, and I got that from one of the meetings.
Moretti, I
So
think, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, cool. Look, last thing. I was looking at the calendar, and I think we have something actually booked for Monday the